Amplitude is going to vary frequently with respect to the message signal as well as carrier signal. Before transmitting information, the information must be converted into electronic signals. Frequency modulation is relatively advanced and new technology. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to my new session. I am Revati, faculty, Department of Computer Science, Vidyashram, First Grade College, Mysore. We are on the session 5 of overview of data and signal bits. Moving on to the today's topic, let me to recall the things what I covered during my last session. Dear students, during last session, we discussed what is unguided media. Under unguided media, we discussed the different types of unguided media. There we studied what is infrared, what is radio wave, and what is microwaves. Then we studied what is baud rate and what is bit rate. Dear students, today's class we are going to study something new called modulation. Here we are going to study what is modulation, what are the different types of modulations are used. Today's session we are going to study amplitude modulation, frequency modulation and phase modulation. Let us discuss what is modulation. Let us start with the example. Person A want to send some parcel to person B. Person A want to send parcel to person B. And here B is far away from person A. So what the person A will do? He is going to contact courier person. Then courier person comes and collect the parcel. And courier person is going to send the parcel through some bus. At the another side, courier person is going to collect the parcel. So here parcel becomes baseband signals. Here parcel becomes baseband signal and bus becomes carrier frequency. And person A and person B becomes transmitter and receiver. And we know that information can be transmitted in any one of the form. That is, it may be data or it may be text or it may be image or it may be audio files, etc. Before transmitting information, the information must be converted into electronic signals. So the original signal here is called baseband. I repeat, the original signal here it is called baseband. Every electronic signals will have three properties, that is amplitude, phase and frequency. Here modulation is a process of varying any one of the three characteristics, that is frequency, amplitude and phase of a carrier signal is called modulation. So here modulation is a process of varying any one of the characteristics of electronic signals. Here the characteristics of electronic signals are amplitude, phase and frequency. So it is a process of varying any one of the characteristics like amplitude, phase and frequency of a carrier signal is called modulation. So according to the definition, here modulation is nothing but a carrier signal that varies accordance with the message signal. Here carrier signals varies according to message signal. So here modulation technique is mainly used to change the characteristics of the signal. I repeat, it is mainly used to change the characteristics of a signal. Dear student, then tell me why we require modulation. In order to avoid the mixing of signal. I repeat, in order to avoid the mixing of signal, we require modulation. In order to increase the range of communication. I repeat, in order to increase the range of communication, we require modulation. These are the three needs of modulation. According to this example, modulation that is modulator. So carrier signals becomes modulator. Then what is the input for modulator? So modulating signals are the input for modulator. Then what is the modulating input? That is once again information or data. So the given data may be in two forms, that is digital form or analog form. Some of the example for analog signals are music and image. These two are the example for analog signals. Then what about digital signal? Example for digital signals are computer data. And dear student, moving on to type of modulation, we are going to get two type of modulation. In that first one, digital modulation, and the next one, analog modulation. According to the syllabus, we are going to study now analog modulation. So here analog modulation is a modulation technique that is mainly used to convert analog signal into digital signal. So the name itself indicates that it is a way to converting analog signal to digital signals. Then the example for analog modulation, here it is broadband signals. What is broadband signal? It is a way used to convert analog signal to digital signal. Analog signals means what? It is a sinusoidal waves or it is a sine wave. So there are three properties of carrier signals in analog modulation. What are the three properties comes in analog modulation? Once again, it is amplitude, frequency and phase. Based on three characteristics, we are going to get three type of modulation. In that first one, amplitude modulation, that is AM. The second type here it is frequency modulation, that is FM, and last one here it is phase modulation, that is PM. Moving on to amplitude modulation. What is amplitude modulation? In the amplitude modulation, amplitude is going to vary, but remaining phase and frequency remains as it is. In the amplitude modulation, we know the properties of carrier signal, that is amplitude, then frequency, then phase. Please remember students, in amplitude modulation, this amplitude is going to vary. I repeat, amplitude is going to vary. The remaining two characteristics like frequency and phase remains same. It remains as it is. It remains unchanged. So here amplitude modulation is used in electronic communication. So amplitude modulation used during radio wave transmissions. I repeat, here amplitude modulation is used during the radio wave transmission. And instantaneous changes in the amplitude of the carrier signal varies according to the message signal's instantaneous amplitude. So here amplitude is going to vary frequently with respect to the message signal as well as carrier signal. But the remaining two properties, that is frequency and phase, remains constant or both remains unchanged. Moving on to the advantages of amplitude modulation. So amplitude modulation is very easy to implement and it is a most commonly used, most simplest modulation technique. So this amplitude modulation is very cost effective. That means the hardware required to design amplitude modulation for transmitter and receiver is very simple. That's why it is very cost effective. The receiver used for amplitude modulation is very cheap. The receiver device or receiver hardware what we used here, it is very cheap. These are the some of the advantages of amplitude modulation. Dear students, now tell me what is the disadvantages of amplitude modulation. The first disadvantage of amplitude modulation here, it is not very effective technique. So it is not frequently used. I repeat, amplitude modulation is not effective techniques, so it is not used everywhere. To transmit data, here amplitude modulation requires very high bandwidth. So that is the second disadvantage. That means to transmit electronic signals or carrier signals, it requires high bandwidth. So that is the second disadvantage. The third point here, it is amplitude modulation is very susceptible to noise. So here you can easily identify, easily notice the noise. Moving on to the next topic, it is frequency modulation. We know the properties of carrier signal, that is amplitude, frequency and phase. Dear students, please remember that in frequency modulation, this frequency is going to vary. That means carrier signal frequency is going to vary. But remaining two characters, that is amplitude and phase, remains constant. I repeat, in frequency modulation, the frequency is going to vary with respect to the message signal, where amplitude and phase remains constant. So here frequency modulation is relatively advanced and new technology used for transmitting data. So this frequency modulation uses radio waves. So the instantaneous frequency of the carrier signal varies according to the instantaneous amplitude of the message. So here the frequency of the carrier signal varies according to the amplitude of message signal. Fine, where we can able to find this frequency modulation? We can able to see this frequency modulation in FM radios. That is FM radio broadcasting. Here what is broadcasting? One sender and there are n number of receiver. They can able to receive the signals. Here frequency modulation is used in FM radio broadcasting. Then what is the advantages of frequency modulation? The first advantage here it is the frequency division modulations are most frequently used in radio broadcasting. That is FM radio broadcasting. The main advantages of using frequency modulation in radio transmission is that it has a longer signal to noise ratio. That means here, so frequency modulation will have longer signal to noise ratio. That is the reason it is most frequently used in FM radio broadcasting. Okay, moving on to the difference between amplitude modulation and frequency modulation. What is the first difference? That is the amplitude of the carrier waves is modified in order to send the data. To send the data, the amplitude of the carrier signals are modified. In FM, the frequency is changed in order to send the data. Then what is the range? The AM covers 535 to 1705 kilohertz. FM covers the range of 88 to 108 megahertz. So in both amplitude and phase, the ranges are measured with respect to the frequency. So in the amplitude modulation, amplitude is going to vary and frequency and phases remaining same. But in the frequency modulation, frequency is going to vary and amplitude and phase remains as it is. Here, amplitude modulation is capable to cover longer distance, so it have large range. Where FM cannot transmit over longer distance, so it have smaller range. So see the range. Here it is. The AM can transmit over longer distance and they have large range. But in FM, they cannot transmit over larger distance, so they have smaller range. And amplitude modulation have very simple circuit design, where frequency modulation have very complex circuit design. To design amplitude modulation, we required very low cost hardware. So it is costly less method. To design FM, we required more cost, so it is costlier than AM. In AM, whatever the received signal, the quality of the received signal is very low. But in FM, the quality of the signal is very high. So these are the difference between FM and AM. Moving on to the phase modulation. What is phase modulation? We know the characteristics of carrier signal, that is amplitude, then frequency, then we have phase. In phase modulation, amplitude remains same, frequency remains same, and phase going to vary. So Here the carrier signals phases is instantaneously going to vary with respect to the amplitude of message signal. It is also responsible for encoding the message signal as the change occurred in the instantaneous phases of the carrier signal. That means this phase modulation is responsible for encoding the message signal as the changes occurred in the simultaneous phases of carrier signal. So you can find phase modulation in Wi-Fi and satellite television. Dear students, you can use phase modulation in Wi-Fi and television transmission. Okay, now tell me, what is the advantages of phase modulation? Phase modulation is mainly used to transmit radio waves. So we can find these phase modulation in Wi-Fi and satellite television. In phase modulation, modulation and demodulation do not receive any channel noise. So, dear student, while writing, please remember we are going to get three type of modulation technique, that is AM, then we are going to get FM, then we are going to get PM. In AM, amplitude is going to vary and frequency and phase remains same. But in frequency, that is frequency modulation, frequency is going to vary and other two characteristics, that is amplitude and phase, remains same. Whereas in phase modulation, phase is going to vary, but other two characteristics like amplitude and frequency remains same. That is the main difference between these three type of modulation. Today's session I discussed what is modulation. In that we studied two different types of modulation, that is analog modulation and digital modulation. Under analog modulation, once again we studied what is amplitude modulation, what is frequency modulation and what is phase modulation. In the next session, I am going to discuss what is multiplexing. Under multiplexing, I am going to discuss what is time division mux and what is frequency division mux. Under time division multiplexing, I am going to discuss what is synchronous time division multiplexing and what is asynchronous time division multiplexing. Dear student, this is also very attractive topic. So this is all about today's session. Dear students, let's meet in the next session. Until then, take care. Thank you.